Hey everybody, and welcome back to Cooking with Glenn and Katie. Today is a very special day because it actually marks the end of our first year or the beginning of our second year. Pretty amazing.
Who would have believed?
Yeah, so it really is unbelievable. So we wanted to take today to tell you a little bit about why we started this channel, a little bit more about ourselves as well, and where we're going next year. So, Dad, if you want to start us off with how we actually got into doing this.
Yeah, I gave away a car, and when I did that, they gave me a card and an app that I could go to different places and get one meal and get the other one free. Well, I was all by myself, so I could get one meal, but I needed somebody to make it free, so that's when I invited you.
Yes. I was just so he could get some more free food.
That's it.
Or maybe I ate it, so it probably wasn't beneficial.
I wanted to get the most for my money, so we started going out once a week using that, and then all of a sudden, the end of June,
the card went out.
It expired. And so I didn't know what to do. But being a dad, we kept on, but I was paying for 2 meals.
Yep.
I wasn't getting one free, so.
And he needed to nip that in the
bud. So one time I said, well, Katie, let me cook for you. And you said, okay, Dad, if I can film it.
Yep.
You remember you filmed the Urban Farm episode for your blog? And then also we just spent a week in Florida, and you had spent a week. So I said, okay, do it. And then she said, okay, Dad, you can do it, but we're going to do it in a cooking show format. Yeah. Remember that?
I do.
You kind of twisted my arm to make it happen.
Yeah.
And I knew it wouldn't be good. And so I tried hard. I tried hard on everything.
You did.
And I thought it turned out pretty good.
It actually did.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I could not believe it. So we kept on, and we had our second week, and then we kind of liked doing it together, didn't we? And so we did it and made 52 weeks worth.
It's unbelievable.
Good. And we're enjoying it.
Yeah, with the video that we featured Evan on last week, that was actually the 52nd episode, so this is the 53rd. And it's unbelievable. My husband Ray and I had a YouTube channel. We still have it. We don't really do much filming on it because now I've completely transitioned over to Cooking with Glenn and Katie. And it was a great decision. I'm so glad that we decided to try out that one day of just cooking or recording that recipe that you ended up making. So moving forward though, we started cooking together, doing the YouTube based on me trying to film that one day, but it was actually, there was more to it. My mom actually really loved to cook, and as some of you may know, some of you may not know, she actually passed away in March of last year, March of 2018, and so this was kind of a way to honor her as well. So, Dad, how many cookbooks do you think that Mom ended up collecting over the years?
Let me think about it first, but I remember her first cookbook.
Oh, we're going back further, okay.
Her first cookbook.
Actually, you let me see it. This is it, so let's see if you can see it. Yes, you can. It was the Betty Crocker cookbook, and she, received it when she was 11, is that right?
Right,
Ooh,
she wrote in it.
I flipped the page too far, but if you look right in here, let's see if we can make it clear. Give me a minute. Yep, you can actually see it says given to me on December 25th of 1964. So yeah, so Mom was born in 1953, so 64, she was 11 and wrote this. And this was her first cookbook that got her started. Anybody that knew Mom knew she was a wonderful cook, a wonderful hostess. And so yeah, this was her first one, and then
the next one that I've heard about, and you've heard about your whole life.
Oh yes.
Is her favorite cook, Betty Feasor. Now this is another Betty. You don't hear the name Betty that often anymore, but Betty was kind of a common name years ago. And so this is Betty Feasor. She worked with the TV station in Charlotte, North Carolina, and she even has her
Let's see if we can make that clear for you guys.
Her well wishes.
There we go. You can see it says best wishes, Betty Feasor, and she signed that for Mom, or Mom got that signed copy.
Yes, and Mom has cherished this book. But going back to her cookbooks, Katie.
How many would you say?
I don't have to guess. I can kind of give you an estimate. She's got around 400. I went out around and I counted the cookbooks.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
Wow. No, I actually can believe it because she loved to buy cookbooks, but it's still a little bit.
It's overwhelming, isn't it?
It's amazing.
So I'm going to be going through those cookbooks. So we are kind of doing this in honor of your mom because this is something that she would love. She cooked a lot of the recipes that we cooked. She wanted the family recipes to be passed down to the kids, and this is one way that we can do it. So it's been a help for you and me to do this together as we remember your mom.
Yeah, she was an amazing person, so funny, so outgoing, really could just win over anyone with her personality, but yeah, she was a great cook and a great hostess. And she also bought a lot of different kitchen gadgets. Like we have an air fryer because of her. And then I remember a pasta maker. We still have it. We haven't made pasta recently. But yeah, she got a pasta maker. And then there were these things, like this little circular thing that you could put tortillas in and make tortilla chips. I'm sure you might have other ideas of
there's a lot.
Vitamix.
Oh yeah, Vitamix. And she loved Vitamix. I mean, we got a lot of Vitamix. We got 2 or 3 Vitamixers, and she liked the spiral. The spiralizer.
Oh, the spiralizer. She really loved that.
Yeah, that's one of the last things she bought.
She was really into, although she didn't practice it, she loved studying about raw eating. There's this diet called the Hallelujah diet. It's a health eating plan, and so the spiralizer was really good for that. But anyway, she loved anything food related.
Yeah, the NutriBullet. Remember that?
Yeah, the NutriBullet. She had the NutriBullet and make her.
And she would make
shakes.
her stuff. Yeah, her shakes.
She would make shakes. Yeah. Oh my goodness! I'm sure Dad could tell you countless gadgets. My sister Betsy and myself, we also have gadgets that she graciously got for us.
She had to buy them in groups of 3.
Yes, she did.
I think she went for the volume discount. I'm not sure. She had a juicer and and a grain mill.
Yes, she could do grains
and some bread machines.
Oh, plenty of bread machines.
So I got a lot of things I can explore and try out.
Yes.
So we've got a lot of stuff to do this for another year. We can't stop now.
Yes, no, not at all. But we definitely just don't want to ever forget that she's the reason, or one of the main reasons that we're doing this. But can you believe this, Dad? We have had over 6,000 views on YouTube alone, which is like an average of 115 views per week. Is that right?
That's right. And then we uploaded. Yeah, we uploaded the videos. We're not doing that anymore to YouTube. To Facebook. We did it to Facebook, and they were getting hundreds of views every week.
Yeah, so that 6,000 is not even including the thousands that we got through Facebook, and that's just so unbelievable to us because I never thought that I'd get 6,000 views over the course of a year on videos. Was much more than I was expecting. So I was really excited about that, and we're so thankful. At the filming of this right now, we have 171 subscribers, and we are so thankful for each and every one of you who have taken the time to subscribe to our channel, to support us. We're really grateful for your viewership, and if we get any more viewers, we're gonna love you guys as well.
Well, Katie, we've got something. We're gonna try to get some more viewers, or some more people to subscribe.
Okay.
I put together a cookbook of all 85 of our recipes.
Can y'all believe that? 85 recipes in 52 weeks? Wow.
Yeah, 85. So they're all in a book, and it's an ebook, and so they can download it. So if you go subscribe, and then you go to a Google form or a form and give us your email address and your name and a comment if you want to give a comment, we'll know where to mail it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you've got to subscribe first, so that we want the subscribers. So that's our way to entice people to subscribe to our channel.
Yes, absolutely. And then at the end of year 2, we'll make a year 2 cookbook as well. So I think.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I kind of didn't ask him about that, but yeah. So at least for year 1, we have that ebook for you. So again,
it's 100 pages.
Can you believe that? Wow, 100 pages.
With color pictures of everything we make.
But right now, we are going to take a brief second just to have a little bit of fun. Dad told me that he has a quiz for me, and so we're going to go do that quiz real quick, and then we're going to come back, do a little question and answer, and then tell you what you're going to be seeing, you know, what to expect for the new year. So here we go in just a second.
We're heading to the kitchen.
We're heading to the kitchen, so join us there.
I'll see you there.
All right.
Katie, I worked up a quiz for you.
Okay.
It's all about our cooking this past year.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you some questions, and will you give me a guess? And if you don't give me a guess, then I'll bring in a clue.
Okay.
And if you can't guess that, I'm going to give up and I'll tell you what it is.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. I'm ready.
Okay. Well, now's the tomato time. Look at all these tomatoes I picked today.
Yes.
And I'm going to pick more tomorrow, and I'm going to pick more the next day. So what do I do when I have beautiful big tomatoes like I have here?
Well, if I were to guess, I would say that you are going to be making a tomato pie.
Man.
Am I wrong?
You're right. I even had a pie pan.
I
didn't think you could get it, but you did.
I am right. A tomato pie. Okay.
Yes, or I could make a tomato potato pie. That would be the second one.
Which we have a video of.
Yeah, we got a video on both of them.
Oh yeah, we do. We do have a video on both.
Yeah, we do.
Okay,
so this is it. So I'm going to move this over.
So I've gotten 1 point so far for this quiz. Let's see how I do in the next set.
Okay.
So we're bringing this stuff over here over.
All right, yes, we are.
Okay, so over here we've got, I'm going to try to show it to you guys.
My favorite Juliet tomatoes.
And
they're excellent.
Cucumbers and a couple onions.
And a couple onions.
Okay,
and so, Katie, this is simple ingredients, just 3 of them. What do you think I'll make out of that?
Are you going to be making pico de gallo?
Well, do you like pico de gallo with cucumbers?
I don't prefer it, although I know you make it with it too. Sometimes.
No, that's not it. No, does it have any garlic in here?
No, it doesn't have any garlic. It doesn't have a few other things. Okay, let's see. What would be, okay, is it a summer salad?
With the cucumbers, the onions, and the tomatoes?
Yes.
Yes. And you did it without the hint. I was going to show you this.
No, I said a summer salad. I didn't get it right.
Well, it's a summer salad, but we've been putting it.
Oh, open-faced tacos.
We took this and put it on the taco.
Okay, I remember that.
Yeah,
okay, that's delicious. One of my favorite meals, you guys.
It's
so
great.
Be sure to watch our video about our open-faced tacos. It's so refreshing. You add a little hummus, I believe, on these things after you fry them up, and then you put all this goodness on top with some dressing.
Yeah,
so delicious, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay,
so that's another thing that's in our cookbook. Let's move these over here.
We'll say that so far I've gotten really one.
No, you got 2.
Okay, he's being generous as a teacher.
Good.
Okay, so
well, it could have been a half point because it definitely was not pico.
Okay, so let's do a half point. So 1.5 out of 2 questions.
Okay.
What's the next one?
My jalapenos they're prolific in producing fruit. Look how beautiful that is. And I got the mammoth variety, so I don't have to peel but one, and it equals about 2 regular size ones.
Okay.
So what do I like to do with just plain old jalapenos?
Well, I know the way that I like to eat these guys is in jalapeno butter. So, is it ding-a-ding jalapeno butter?
You got it. This is a hint right here. I had a stick of butter and jalapeno. We'll put garlic salt in it. And,
yes.
And it is great on anything.
One of my favorites, what Ray, my husband, and I like to do is take the jalapeno butter that Dad created, and we put it on my homemade bread, which we also have a recipe of. Well, both of those. So yes, I think we even paired them together and we ate them together.
Yeah. Now we got 2 more.
Okay, I'm ready. Okay.
We did.
So
the bread's excellent.
So far, okay, so I've gotten 2.5 right out of 3.
This is a tricky one. You're going to have to do some application of fruit on this, okay?
Okay.
Think about a recipe where I may substitute peaches.
Because I don't think we've done anything with peaches.
No.
So far. Nothing with peaches.
No, but I'm going to be doing something not on the video, but I'm going to be doing it in a couple of days when these get ripe.
Okay.
So what do you think?
Something fresh?
Something fresh. I'm not going to cook it, so I'm giving
you. So it's
a
non-cooked. Is it based on a recipe we've already done?
It is.
Okay, so I've got to think through all the recipes we've done over this past year.
We're going to change out the fruit.
Okay, so if it's something that has to do with fruit, it would have to be a version of the strawberry pie from Shoney's. So are you making a peach pie version of the Shoney's pie?
She's smart.
I'm brilliant.
I even have the, what gave it away as far as my application of it is they may have they have peach jello.
Oh my goodness, that's
so I'm going to use
amazing.
peach jello instead of strawberry jello. I'm going to use peaches, and everything else is going to be the same.
So you just peel the fresh peaches and use them just like you did the strawberries?
I've already done it once, and it's incredible. So you'll have to taste it when I do that.
I cannot wait. Okay, so far I've gotten, what, 3.5
That's about it.
4?
Yeah.
So far I'm getting close to an A right here, guys. This is really exciting.
Now this is something that I make, and it's something that's not in the cookbook. So people are going to have to look towards the next cookbook to get this recipe. So, saying that,
I already know, I'm brilliant.
I got some wonderful cucumbers. Look at these.
Oh,
beautiful cucumbers. They're not big ones like those. These are a little bit smaller.
And I know what he's going to do with these. He is going to make homemade by Isaac not cucumbers. He's going to make homemade by Isaac pickles. Am I right?
You're right. You're right.
And can I tell him why you named it?
Yeah.
By Isaac pickles? Okay. So, how many years ago was it now?
I would say 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
And so Isaac is 11, so when Isaac was 6.
When Isaac was 6, Dad and his oldest grandson, my oldest nephew on this side, Isaac and Dad started making pickles together. And Dad goes by Ba, that's what he's called by his grandkids, and Isaac is of course Isaac. So when they made these pickles together, they became the Ba Isaac pickles. And they're like a family staple here. We love them. So that's going to be excellent.
And what do they taste like? I think they're kind of a vinegary. I think they're close to Clausen pickles.
Yeah, very similar to Clausen pickles.
They got some garlic in them.
Now, I think you did some sweet ones too. I didn't like this because I don't like sweet pickles.
That's a different kind.
But he made that, but then he's done them, and he's even made low sodium ones for me because haven't you? Yeah, you have.
Yeah, but they don't last this long.
I know, because the sodium helps. So for all y'all's normal people out there that like sodium, like my husband Ray or anybody else pretty much,
follow the recipe.
Follow the recipe. Then if you're like me who likes less salt, you just let us know and we'll give you that recipe too.
But it's a refrigerator pickle.
So
well, congratulations, Katie.
So I got 4 out of 5. 4.5 out of 5. So that definitely is some kind of A right in there.
And you didn't need, I gotta show him a prop, you didn't need that. You see, I was going to show you the mason jar.
He puts them in the mason jars to get them all.
I just gave up on the hints because you did them without hints.
Well, this was an awesome quiz. I loved it.
What the fun?
So, are you ready to get back to our, what is it called? Our talk about our first year?
Yeah, let's do it, and where we're going next year.
All right, sounds good.
Well, Katie, yes. I am so proud of you. I am.
I did such a good job.
4.5 out of 5.
I know. I'm so impressed with myself. I know. Keeping my A average, which is great. So, thank you. Well, before we go into the question and answers and as well as where we're going to go next this new year, we wanted to touch a little bit on some of our key phrases that we noticed that we always said in just about every video. Like, for instance, Dad said that everything was beautiful. Everything is beautiful. Everything's beautiful.
And this is beautiful. Look at it. It's beautiful.
Look at these. They're beautiful. Beautiful.
And I knew I was overusing the word, but it just comes out. So yeah. I'm going to have to watch that next year. Just
like for me, my words, I would definitely say, I say awesome a lot. Or with any of the desserts, because I love desserts. I'm like, this is my new favorite.
This is literally one of my, if not the top, favorite dessert of all time.
Dessert pie is one of my favorite desserts in the whole world. So let me go ahead and try some myself. That is probably my new favorite indulgence. Wow. 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 It tastes so fresh, so real, nothing artificial at all. It's perfect. So this is probably my new favorite dessert of all time. This is my new favorite. I have a gazillion new favorites after this year. So it's pretty crazy how much I've said that, how much Dad said beautiful. Actually, if you wouldn't mind commenting below and letting us know if there's any other phrases that you've heard us say throughout these videos, I'm pretty sure you guys could compile a lot. We'd love to read your comments and see what you guys have noticed, or anything that anything you've noticed from mannerisms or anything. That'd be great. So I want to take this time to do a little bit of question and answer, because I know that we jumped right into it, filming, and then talked about Mom a little bit, but you may or may not know that much about us. So the first question is, we'll skip ages, but just know we're adults. That's a good thing for you to know. But Dad, tell me a little bit about yourself. Not about yourself, but like, I just want people to know what your profession has been. Are you just a chef?
I am an educator. I'm a teacher. So I spent 30 years in the public schools, and then I work at UNC Charlotte with student teachers, and I do seminars. Teachers come and spend a week with me, and I teach them how to integrate technology in their classrooms. So I'm able to do that. Now the cooking, Katie, who would have thought I would be a cook? I mean, I'm just a home cook, standard cook, but I'm enjoying it. I'm not a chef at all.
He's an amazing, I would call him definitely a chef. So he's an amazing chef, but also an amazing educator.
Well, educators, they do research. You know, when we teach the students, we want to know the background information, and we do a lot of studies so that we are current, we know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And so that's applied with my cooking. I've gone back, I've watched some YouTube videos, I've looked at recipes, I look at how I've done it through my life, and then I put it all together, and then I teach it. So I am teaching through these videos.
You've also been a carpenter. You've written songs and plays too, so you're very artistic. Tell a little bit about the side things that you've done throughout the years.
Well, I started off being a paperboy. Back then, you were a paperboy. That's the job.
How old were you?
If you didn't collect bottles. But I collected bottles too. Collected bottles. Yeah, you get a nickel for every bottle you turn in.
Were you like 11, 12?
Yeah, about Isaac's age.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I was young when I was a paperboy. I was in upper elementary, middle school. They called it junior high school back then.
Wow.
So I had a paper route. In fact, I was the paper boy of the year for the Charlotte News.
That's amazing.
Charlotte had two newspapers, an evening newspaper called the Charlotte News, and then a morning one called the Charlotte Observer. So I remember going to Fayetteville. It was nice. It was a nice honor to be the Paperboy of the Year. So that was kind of neat. Yeah.
Wow. And then from there, is that when you, because Dad actually worked at a place called Park and Shop, which is not there anymore, but tell us a little bit about that.
It's a grocery store.
It's a grocery store.
Yeah.
And what road was it on?
It was on Wilkinson Boulevard, the one I did, and I was a cashier. And then I became, I can't believe it.
This is pretty amazing.
I cooked steaks.
Yeah, that's why you're so good at it.
Back then, you could buy a steak from the meat department, wrapped up. Instead of taking it home, you would take it back to what's it called? Back to the restaurant they had. And then we'd open it up, and for 99 cents, we would cook it. We'd give you a salad, and we'd give you a drink and a baked potato.
Wow, for 99 cents, y'all. That's not even heard of nowadays.
So it was kind of neat. So I learned how to cook steak, all kinds of meat.
But so what did you do in college? Because then that'll kind of move into that. And then also, I love the fact that he was, all artistic and doing plays and music. So you have to talk about that. So tell the next thing you did before we got, or with college time, or was that what you did? Did you work at Park and Shop the whole time?
Yeah, I did that. Then I did a work-study program.
Okay.
I worked at the bookstore at UNC Charlotte.
Oh, wow.
Went to Central Piedmont, but when I went to UNC Charlotte, I was working at the bookstore. And I remember being a science math major and having to use a slide rule, and then working in the bookstore, and the kids that had money could buy a calculator.
Wow. Oh,
So,
yeah.
I remember selling the calculators, but I couldn't afford them. They were $100 back then.
That's amazing. It's very expensive. Yeah. Oh, that's another word I use, amazing. But no, I forgot to ask you. So Dad not only has his bachelor's degree, but he has his master's degree. So tell us, because I know you touched on it a minute, tell us what your bachelor's degree is and what your master's degree is.
Okay, the bachelor's degree is science.
Science.
All sciences. And then my master's degree is middle school education, and I've got a certificate for online learning.
Oh, wow.
So I wrote an online course back in 2000 when they first started. And so I was one of the first people to teach online.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Now touch on that music and play side of things and the carpentry.
Yeah, well, I just enjoyed being creative. We We wrote a little musical. But it just was produced one time, but it was fun.
He wrote a musical, guys. Just a fun little one.
Fun little one, yeah. Probably a half dozen, 8 songs or something. But it was good.
I've never written a musical.
And then being a teacher, you had to do extra work. So I had a shop, and there was country back then. A lot of people were buying country stuff, and people would toll paint. And it would be wooding and baskets and things like that. And so I would make the wood and sell it to people to paint.
So that was kind of like your side job in addition to being a full-time teacher. That is so amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing.
In fact, your mom and I had a craft fair one time.
Really?
Yeah, we opened our house up and filled it with crafts. And people came in. And in fact, I found the other day the register. When people walked in the house, they would sign. Yeah.
Mom was really creative too,
Yeah.
so I think that was a really cool thing for them. But as you can tell from these videos, you definitely see all that creativity that he's always had coming out through these videos. So definitely, thank you for sharing. Well, I'll kind of answer the same question for me. You know, what's my background? What do I do? Am I just on these YouTube videos looking beautiful? Well, that is one thing that I do, but I actually have, I'll start with my degrees first. I have a bachelor's degree in organizational communication. Then I have a minor in Japanese. Like Dad, I went to UNC Charlotte. I actually got that degree a decade ago. When I was in college, I started work for the YMCA, and I worked for the YMCA all throughout college, and it was actually the recession when I graduated, so I just needed a job. But thankfully I started working for a large church, worked there for about 4 years, and then my husband and I moved to Fort Wayne, Indiana for a couple years. I was actually probably the first person in our family to move further away. My grandparents are from Statesville, but to move really far. So lived in Fort Wayne, Indiana for 2.5 years. And when I moved there, I started back at the YMCA full-time, part-time in college, and then worked full-time for a church, and then full-time again for the YMCA, part-time and full-time. But now I am still with the YMCA, but part-time instead of full-time, because I actually went back to UNC Charlotte. I'm getting a second bachelor's in Japanese studies. I just completed a certification in translating from Japanese to English. So that certification's done, but I'll have the bachelor's degree in Japanese studies as well as another certification in Japanese business. I'll get those be complete in December of this year. So I'm very excited about that, and we'll see where everything goes. I'd love to work for a Japanese company, but I'm really thankful to work for the YMCA as well. So they've been really good to me. So that in a nutshell is a little bit about me. I feel like you guys have gotten to know us now, and that Q&A went pretty lengthy, so that may be our only question for this video. But I bet you guys are wondering now, where are we going for this new year? Where are we going? So do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, we're still gonna cook, I hope.
We are still gonna cook.
But Katie wants to add a little bit to it, so I'll let her share. She's been kind of twisting my arm up. She said, "Daddy, we're gonna do this. I want to do this."
Yes. See, a lot of the time that we spend together are doing these videos, and I love it. And I love learning about recipes and cooking, but I also would love to show a little bit of Charlotte. So going into the new year, Dad and I are also gonna do videos about life. Like when we went to Myrtle Beach in February, was it? February we went to the beach and we did some cooking there.
That's right.
We went to the polar plunge, yes.
Yeah, we cooked and then we went to the polar plunge.
Yeah, so we showed a little bit of lifestyle. I really enjoyed doing that. I'd like to share a little bit more of our lives with you guys. Primarily cooking, but also a little bit of lifestyle too. So that's where we're going, guys. That's just a little bit about us, where we started, who we are, where we're going. And we're just so thankful that you guys are along for the journey. So if you enjoyed, please be sure to give us a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. Don't forget to click the notification button so that you are made aware whenever we put out new videos so you can see them. And we will see you guys next week. See ya.